Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the M1 Finance platform. After you have an account open, I will show you how you can invest in your entire investment pie, how you can invest in just a section of that pie, and how you can invest in individual stocks. I'll also show you how you can set up your account to where it's pretty much automated and you won't have to log in and manually do this every time you want to invest. Now, obviously, to get started, you will need an M1 Finance account. So if you haven't already made an account, or if you just want to see what it looks like to actually go through the sign up process and setting up the account, I will link to my previous M1 Finance video in the description below, where I'm actually setting up this Roth IRA that I'm using in the video today. All right, so opening up M1 Finance. When you make your account, it will ask you during the sign up process if you would like to connect your bank account. So you can do it there, or if you didn't do it during sign up, you can click this bank connection tab at the top, and that is your opportunity to enter your bank information so that you can get money into your account. Now, I cheated and I already have some money in here and ready to go, but I will still show you how you can deposit more into your account. So we will click on this deposit button, and this will take you to this one-time transfer page where you can enter the amount of money that you are ready to deposit. If you have multiple M1 Finance accounts, this little 2 bar is where you would select which account you want to put the money into. If you're doing this in a Roth IRA like I am, you'll also see this contribution year bar if it is before tax day of that year. So what this means is that you can still, in 2020, contribute money to your $6,000 limit for 2019. It usually takes about a day or sometimes the next day to get money into your account. Sometimes it's hit my account within like an hour or two, so it just depends. So this at the bottom is where you can start setting up your account to be automated for you. So you can switch to a recurring schedule, which means that weekly or monthly or whatever you select, money will automatically be taken out of the bank account that you have connected and put into your M1 Finance account. And when you select to put it on a recurring schedule, you can actually select the day of the month that the transaction will happen on. That way you can line it up with paydays or whatever you need to do to make it all work out. So once you're ready, you're going to hit continue. And then on the next page, you'll just get a confirmation of, do you want to transfer this amount from this account to this account? We're gonna say yes, and there we go, transfer created. So now we're going to go back to the main page and I'll show you how you can actually buy a stock. So we can see on this main screen that I have my main portfolio that's made up of all of these other little sections. And if you want to see how I set this up, I will link to my other M1 Finance video down below. But basically, if you wanted to buy into this whole pie, you would just click this buy sell button over on the left, and then you can enter how much you actually want to purchase with. So you can do up to the current amount that's in your account. So if we pressed continue, that would buy into our entire investment pie. But I also want to show you how you can buy into one of your specific sections or one individual stock. So we're going to go ahead and click on one of these sections, and I'm going to select the real estate one that I have. And in here we can see that I have O and VNQ. So when we buy, it would just be buying those two. So we're going to do the same thing, click that buy sell button. And now at the top, you see how it says real estate slice? That means that you are only buying into that section. So when you are buying or selling, make sure that you're checking that and that it's the correct thing that you think that you're buying. And that will be named after whatever you named your section. So at the top, you can see that I named it real estate, and that's why it was showing up as real estate. Now, to just buy one individual stock, what you would do is select that stock or that ETF from your list. So I'm going to select Realty Income Corporation, or O, and you'll see at the top that it changed to Realty Income Corporation. So you can see what you're buying. And again, now there's just a buy sell button and there aren't the other options. So we're going to click that. And again, at the top, it's going to just say whichever stock you're buying into. And so that is how you would just buy into one individual stock. So the good thing about M1 Finance is that you can set it up to where it's pretty much fully automatic. So especially if you set up that automatic deposit, this will really even further automate your account. And you can do this without doing the recurring deposits, but if you do both in combination, it's pretty much fully automated. So you will click this auto invest button at the top and it will either say off or on, but when you click it, it will bring up this list of options. So you can either invest all of your cash, which means that when your cash amount hits $10 or higher, M1 Finance will automatically invest it for you into your portfolio. The second option is to auto invest your cash over a set amount. So let's say that you wanted to set it higher than $10, you could set it at $100 or $50, and that would invest your money every time that your cash hits above that value. Or of course, you can just select the don't auto invest my cash, and that just means that you'll have to manually come in here and hit that buy sell button whenever you actually want to invest. So I'm just going to leave it as it is right now and close out of this. So my auto invest is still off, and I'm just going to show you how to manually buy and sell. So we hit that buy sell button, and I'm doing it just for my entire portfolio pie. I'm going to go ahead and put in the $106.05 that we have in here, and I'll enter that in. So what you'll see is that when M1 Finance executes your trades during that trading window, it may not use the full exact amount that you put in. So with this trade, I think it ended up leaving 10 or 15 cents in my cash amount. And when it does that, it just depends on the price of the stocks and what they're currently trading at when their trading window is, if that makes sense. So if anything is left over from the trade, if it's like 1 cent or 10 cents or whatever it is, that will be left in your total cash amount. So we're going to press continue, and then we'll see that we have our amount up here. You'll see which section you're buying into. So in this case, my entire portfolio, I just named my portfolio because I'm not very creative, but that's where you can double check what you're buying. And then when you don't really get to choose this, M1 Finance has one trading window a day where they execute all of their trades. Or if you have that M1 Plus thing, then there's also an afternoon trading window. And then down at the bottom, you'll see the little disclaimer for what I just said about the amounts varying slightly from the exact amount that you entered. So now we'll press confirm buy, and after we do that, we can go and look at the scheduled trades that M1 Finance has actually set up for us. So you can see at the top it says we have a pending buy of $106.05. So to see what M1 Finance is actually going to buy, we scroll down here to this upcoming trades section, and we can see that it will trade tomorrow at 9 a.m. And you can see that it says you have 8 buys. So we're going to view details because we want to know what those buys are. So I didn't show it, but my entire portfolio has 21 or 22 stocks, REITs, and ETFs in it. So you may be wondering why it only has 8 estimated trades up here. That is because M1 Finance tries to automatically balance out your portfolio. So if we go back here, we can see on the right some of the different percentages that I set for these different sections. And as stock prices change, it'll either become a little bit more than what you put or a little bit less than what you put as your percentage. So then when you buy more, M1 Finance is going to try to automatically get it as close to that percentage that you set as possible. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's this little gray dotted line around the portfolio that represents like where the stocks should be theoretically. So some of them are going to be a little bit over and some a little bit under. So these ones that are a little bit under are the ones that M1 Finance is trying to buy into so that it balances out our portfolio more. And that's a little bit hard to see, but I can actually show you a great example of what it looks like when your portfolio is out of balance. So if we go in here, that is Tesla that's like way outside the line. So that's an exaggerated view of how it looks, but there you can clearly see the little dotted line around it. So anyways, we have our buy all set up. It will execute the next day at 9 a.m. And that is pretty much how you do it. And if you set up the automatic investments, it will also trade the next day at 9 a.m. So overall, M1 Finance is a little bit different to use than the other investment platforms out there, but once you get used to it, or if you set up all of the automatic stuff, it's super easy to get used to and nice to use. So again, if you want to see how I set up this account, I will link that video right there, and I will see you guys next time.